messed up. We performed terribly. We had great goals. We wanted to stay within budget. We wanted high mobility for our employees, and we wanted high productivity. We decided to execute these goals by allotting 70% of our budget into quarters 2 and 3 and the other 30% in 1 and 4. We wanted to offer mobility to our employees by promoting every chance that we got from within. And we wanted high productivity by increasing morale and purchasing more programs and training for all of our employees. These were great ideas. How come it didn't work? We need to go through our decisions. We need to sit down and figure out what we did wrong.
It was the first quarter of the year where we had an annual budget of $1.4 million. We allocated 10% of that, which was less than the 15% that we originally planned, and that was all spent on staffing. We focused on training, grievance, and other programs. We spent most of our budget on that and increased women and minority employees from 15% to 18%.
Quarter 3, we aim to spend 35% of our yearly budget, which is an estimated $208,000, and we're on budget the entire quarter. We purchased a wage analysis for $1,000, raised wages 5% across the board, and raised the number of minority and women employment to 25%. We spent $206,000, which is 35% of our budget, most of it going towards restaffing for year 2. We also purchased a $2,000 accident program due to the high number of accidents our company had incurred. We also continued our program of upwards mobility within our company and promoting from within.
5 was the beginning of year 2, so we had a different budget. It was $1.2 million. In the first quarter of that, which was a quarter 5 for us, we spent $407,000. The vast majority of that came from, we decided to give our employees Tier 1 level benefits, which came out to $190,000. We also increased training to try to boost morale and productivity. That cost us another $112,000, and the rest going to just basic staffing. 6, we ended up spending $391,000 of our budget, which was a lot more than we wanted to, but the reason we spent so much is because we had a special incident where we had to raise the wages or our workers were going to go on strike. So we ended up spending 4.5% increase of wages across the board, which cost an additional $253,000 to our budget. Then we just did the normal training that we had already, which was $102,000, and the normal staffing, which cost us $20,000. So that's how we ended up spending so much in quarter 6.
7, we cut a lot of spending in training. We also had to spend $30,000 on an incident which drastically affected our budget for pretty much the remainder of the year. As for mobility, we continue to promote from within. For quarter 8, as a result of us having already spent the majority of our budget, we are forced to cut basically all of training and benefits to stay within our budget. The cuts of these programs seriously affected our productivity. And as for mobility, in quarter 8, we promoted levels 1s and 2s. What was the major lesson learned?
A $1.4 million budget when you're on the company standpoint is not a lot.
Especially when you're trying to give your employees training and benefits.
And of course, we should have remembered to adjust the training expense quarterly.
Everything's a learning experience. Any questions?